since I was a baby, I was just constantly in the sea. I think that's really shaped who I am as a person, I think.
Welcome back to Peas in a Pod with me, Charley Marlowe. It's the Primark show where we talk everything wellness, and today we're talking about passions with King Triton himself, Gio Prince. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, very happy to be here.
Gio, I am so excited for this chat. You are King of the Sea, you're the resident snorkelling expert at Brighton Watersports and a very highly experienced diver.
Oh, well, thank you for that introduction.
No, you won't. Thank you for your contributions to the sea. You love animals, of course, and you created a lot of awareness around endangered species.
Yeah.
How did you get into diving, love?
It's quite difficult, actually. I've always been in love with the sea. I don't remember ever falling in love with the sea. My mum reckons it was Finding Nemo, because it came out when I was a baby. I just used to watch it constantly, and my favourite character there was Bruce, the shark. And I think that's how I became obsessed with sharks. So I grew up by the sea in Italy. So I was constantly in the sea snorkeling, and my mum thought it was a good move for my career to go into scuba diving. So I got my open water when I was 11, and it kind of just progressed from there. I just fell in love with diving as well, and and I'm here today, and I'm still in love with it.
Wow. So how did you turn that into a career? How did you go from kind of just doing, so when you say you got what did you get at 11?
Well, I got my open water, which is the first level. Then you got to dive master to become a professional, which I am a dive master now, but I'm not doing that as a job at the moment.
Yeah.
So I work on Brighton Beach at Brighton Watersports as a water sports instructor in general. So it would be stuff like kayaking and paddleboarding. So I love that as well, but it would be cool as well to incorporate the scuba diving in it as well.
That's brilliant. But the fact, obviously, like your presence on social media, and you're able to turn this and show the world your passion for diving and animals in the sea, that's incredible. What's the feedback been like?
Honestly, it's been quite overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Because I basically started my social media accounts last year as a portfolio or a sort of journal of my adventures on the water. And it just progressed from there. People really liked it, especially the local stuff, because I would be posting videos from the Maldives, from the Bahamas, and you get a couple of nice comments. But then as soon as I started posting local stuff from Sussex and Cornwall, people were just amazed about the wildlife that we have, and it just skyrocketed from there. Yeah,
because I was watching your videos last night. I was binging them, and I was like, I didn't realise we had so many. I want to say, can you say wildlife for the sea, or just sea creatures?
It is wildlife, yeah.
Yeah, scary things in the sea. I didn't realise we had all that in the UK. Obviously you hear about sharks, but you're like, no, yeah, whatever. But we actually do have sharks.
Yeah, we've got over 40 different species in UK waters. It's just that people think, when you think of sharks, people just think of the great whites or the tigers. But early summer I found an egg case, a cat shark egg case.
I've heard about this, tell me more.
Well, I just found it in the Strand line during a storm. I picked it up and made a little hatchery for it at my work with my colleagues, and after 4 months, he had a little baby shark and released him back in the wild. So that was a really, really rewarding moment. I think I might actually get a tattoo of him as well. Lenny is.
Oh, you're a shark, Dad. I want a shark. So what advice would you give for someone who's maybe wanting a bit of a career change, or they want to pursue their passion a little bit more?
It's difficult because I'm lucky enough to work in the sea already, as my 9-to-5 job is on the beach. So on my break, I could just go out on a dive and film it. So in that sense, it was quite easy for me to incorporate it. So it really depends on the passion. It's quite difficult to answer, really, because there's so many different things that people are passionate about.
If it brings you joy, just do more of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And there we go. That's peace, love. Enjoy it. So have you been able to connect to more kind of scuba divers, dads in general, people who work in the sea, fish, whoever may be there, just through your passion?
I've met so many people. So the other week I was saying I was in Cornwall, and I met an underwater photographer there who's from the Isle of Wight. And if it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't have met him. We ended up having a really great dive together, a really nice guy. And other people that I haven't met yet, but sort of spoke online and met through Instagram. And the community is really, really cool.
Do you ever get scared going in the sea?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you?
Definitely, yeah.
I wouldn't think that you would.
Getting in the sea where it's just all blue and sometimes you can't even see land is... it's intimidating. You know, you're in the sea and you're waiting for sharks, but it's just... I don't know, there's something that draws me, the call of the deep, they call it. It's something that draws you to it. And I'm so drawn into the sea, and I always have been since I was a baby.
You ever seen a great white?
I've never. I've seen about 15 different species of sharks. I've seen tiger sharks, bull sharks. I've never seen a great white. I would love to see a great white.
My God. So what's the highlight of all the places that you scuba dived?
I'd say November 2022, I was in the Maldives. I was in an island called Fumamula. It's called.
Oh, great name.
Fumula. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Either way, brilliant.
It's honestly, it's amazing. The wildlife, the megafauna, it's just big animals that you get to dive with. So every day I'd be in the water with tiger sharks, 20, 30 tiger sharks, fresher sharks, which are the sharks with a really long tail, and amazing every single day to see that.
Yeah, because you see TikToks, don't you? Obviously, people who've gone to the Maldives on holiday.
Yeah.
And it's like nighttime, and then there's just that like shark-infested waters when people go, it's their home.
They
It's
live
not
there.
infested,
They live there,
yeah.
yeah.
They literally live there.
Would you ever try scuba diving at all?
Yeah, I would. I used to live in Cyprus, so I was in the sea every day. We had like this little jumping fish. I was at one with nature.
Because you're in the Mediterranean. That's pretty much the same sea where I grew up. So
I did watch Jaws when I was about 8. So
yeah, that's the thing. I've never watched Jaws. I would watch. I heard it's a really good film, and I've seen clips from it. But yeah, it's crazy to love sharks so much, and I've never seen Jaws.
Have you seen the Meg?
I've seen the Meg.
What do you think about that?
I watched the first. This is funny, isn't it? Like it's not real. It's just like
yeah, not real. Do you think there could be a Meg out there?
No, not anymore. There was 100%.
They used to be. They have prehistoric mammals. Okay.
A fish.
A shark's fish.
Sharks are fish. Yeah.
I've got to make an apology to one of the girlies out there because I was going, no, they're mammals.
No, sharks are fish. And I know I've seen this argument come up a lot online. No, they are fish. They're 100% a fish.
I love the sea, but I just think there's so much. What's that statistic where it's like we've only discovered like 30% of the ocean?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But I think that's what draws me to the sea. The fact that it's so, especially here, because there's not that many people that go and film and see the stuff that we have around here. It's that unknown, that sense of the unknown,
that draws
wanting
me
to discover it. Yeah,
you're like 70%.
I'm
sorting it. Yeah,
I want to see what there is out there.
I do love that. I know, because I look like all your content. I'm like, you're doing it for me. I'm like, I'm not going down there. You can. So where are you going next? Where's somewhere that you'd love to go diving?
I would love to go actually to Baja California, which is in Mexico. I've been to the Caribbean side of Mexico. I've never been to the Pacific side, and there's just so much going on there.
What about Great Barrier Reef?
Great. Yeah, I've never been to Australia. That's another place.
Me neither.
So that's definitely up there in the bucket list.
How long does a shark live for?
Well, it depends. There's over 500 different species, and they're all so diverse from one another.
Yeah.
The Greenland shark is the one that lives for the longest. Apparently, they could live for over 700 years.
700 years?
Yeah, at least 300. But they have a very, very long lifespan. They're potentially up to 700 years.
Right, have you got any advice to those bringing in the new year wanting to spend more time dedicated to their hobbies or passions?
Ooh.
This is a tricky one.
This is a tricky one.
You can do yours in your lunch break. That is a dream, that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I live close to the sea, so even this time of year, when it's cold and it's horrible, I can just go out there and have a dip, and it'll kind of just give me my, fix for the day.
Do you ever just think, I can't be bothered to... Like, when it's all cold and dreary, you're like...
I can't really deal with the cold that well.
Yeah.
I can deal with the cold water, maybe just because when I get out there and I'm looking at stuff, it's like, oh, this is amazing, and I don't really think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, it just depends on what the hobby and what the passion is, really.
Well, really, as and when, don't force yourself.
Whenever you feel like
relax, just, do it whenever.
There are days that I know the conditions are amazing in summer, because in summer I'm very full on. I'm just constantly, I'm working, I'm in the sea.
Yeah.
And there are days that the conditions are amazing, but then you realise that the season that we get in England is so short that you just want to make the most of it.
Yeah. Do you think living so close to the sea has affected your outlook on life?
I think so, definitely. There was 1 year where I didn't live close to the sea, which is the first year I moved to England. We moved to Wokingham near Reading.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't speak English or anything, so it was a bit of a difficult time in general. But the most difficult thing for me was being away from the sea. So that's why we moved down to Sussex, so I could stay a little bit closer to the sea. I don't know, there's something about, not just the sea, I think rivers and lakes as well help if you live in places with beautiful rivers and lakes. Just being near nature, or even like woodland, just being near nature definitely helps. But yeah, I was born in a city which is right on the sea, Siracusa it's called, in Sicily. And it's a beautiful Mediterranean sea, warm waters. And since I was a baby, I was just constantly in the sea. I think that's really shaped who I am as a person, I think.
Yeah.
It just sounds a bit cheesy, but yeah.
Now I'm so jealous. I'm like, oh, God, this country's so cold. I'm like, I want to live by the sea. Well, to be fair, we've kind of touched on this.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to ask one piece of advice. Maybe it could be a passion, but we're going to stick to scuba diving.
Okay.
Someone who wants to get into scuba diving, they want to try it, where can they start?
Here in England, we're lucky enough, we've got many different diving centres. I think most cities, even if you're far away from the sea, or you have different diving centres. I know Manchester, you've got a few as well. I'd say the best way of getting into it without spending too much money is just to try out snorkeling. Go with some snorkeling groups and try out, see how you like that. And then if you're really into it, then you can go into scuba diving.
I feel like it's definitely like a bit by bit thing, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
It's never going to be
Straight.
you're not going to start 20 miles from the shore being like.
Well, in this November, I got my mum in the water for the first time scuba diving. I went out with her. We were in Egypt, and
No, so what's the snorkeling scene like in Egypt?
I think out of the places that are nearby, because I'd say it's quite near, it's not too far away, that's the best.
Is it?
In terms of coral, is amazing. Wow. There's so much life out there. And to get my mum out in the water, a really special moment, getting in the water with my mum.
Yeah. I love that. That's the fact that you could share your passion together.
Yeah,
and
that was really cool.
Do you know what I mean? And also the fact you can do it at any age.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't let it stop you.
Yeah, I've been, because when you're diving, you never really do it on your own.
Mm.
I've been partnered up with people in their 80s in the past, getting in the water. Yeah, and you'd be surprised with the amount of people that do it, and how nice the community is, and supportive the community is. So it's really cool.
Oh, that's brilliant. Jay, I could talk to you all day, love. Honestly, I just like my love of sharks is coming out here. But thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you for having me.
That was brilliant. And honestly, keep diving, love. Keep saving them sharks.
Thank
We love them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.